Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around the globe. We certainly are having a fantastic day right where we are. It's been an awesome weekend. An awesome weekend. And I hope that you had some time to, sit back and relax. Some self-care. Sometime out to even connect with yourself, or like I asked you last week, defining yourself. Did you take time out to really sit back and define who you really are? Because on today's broadcast, we're going to talk about something that's going to propel you to the next level. So we hope you had time to just sit back and relax and really get to explore all of those gifts, talents, and abilities, those gems, those treasures that you have inside of you. And also a time just to Tiffany, unload the mind of thoughts and all of those things that we're rushing to do during the week. Just have time to empty yourself. And even with that being said, that's something that we should practice every day. Before we get in the presence of others, get in the presence of God, number one. And then get in that mirror and frame out your day. Okay? Frame out your day. But before you frame out your day, let me go back. Okay? When you get in the presence of God, you just empty out yourself. Okay? Empty out yourself. And listen to be filled with those instructions, those things that you need for that particular day. Don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow, but just be concerned about today. Because today is what matters. Then you begin to frame yourself. Okay? Frame your day. Expect those good things to happen to you. Okay? Expect yourself to really crush your goals. Expect to maximize your potential. Look for opportunities. Diligently look for opportunities, because opportunities pass you each and every day. Each and every day. But you have to set your mind to be able to recognize those opportunities, because opportunities don't always appear as you think they should appear. Sometimes opportunities, and a lot of times, put it this way, opportunities may appear to you as, an adverse situation, or even fears, or anything of that nature. But once you get up and do the work, framing your day, you'll begin to see things in a different light.
Is how you handle those opportunities that present itself to you, whether you're going to handle it in a positive manner or you handle it in a negative manner. Sometimes there are negative opportunities that come around, but you can turn that negative situation into a positive and make it work for you. So it's all at how you see it, and you taking advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. And that's a beautiful thing for us to do. But it's all about perspective of how we choose to operate around that, because we don't always maximize every moment that comes to us. There is opportunities that is coming. I don't want anything to pass me by. I cannot afford in this particular season that I'm in to allow opportunities to pass us by. And if I can't do that, I know y'all can't do it. So we need to start maximizing and seizing every moment that comes ahead of us. Anything that comes our way, we have to make sure that we take a moment, even if that means we take a moment to pause, see what is this situation? What is it that I'm supposed to learn from this situation? How am I supposed to govern myself in regards to this situation? Am I supposed to move forward, or is this something that I got to release and let go? How we govern ourselves in regards to that definitely matters. So we know what opportunity it is for us and what opportunity is against us. And that also starts with starting our day and commanding our day. If we wake up and we have that attitude of gratitude, for me, I love what you said, talk to God, go into prayer. Let me go ahead and be thankful for my eyes being able to open, and then in that moment that I'm asking him, give me clarity of thought, making sure that I understand what am I supposed to do for the day. Please make sure that my eyes stay open and my ears attentive to the things that are getting ready to happen so that I don't miss anything. So that's a
It,
good start. Thank you. Appreciate that.
it's so true, y'all. It is so very true. And while I'm saying this and while we saying this, go ahead and drop your information in the comment section. Whether you have a book out there or you have a small business, go ahead and drop that in the comment section, because we encourage you to maximize your potential. And anytime you have an opportunity to do that, go ahead and do that. Because, these shows go around the world at different times, different people. They may not be chiming in the comment section, but they're there, they're watching. And you never know who needs your service or need to read your book. And let me introduce myself first. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach. And I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. And that's something that's, I'm very passionate about, teaching women, especially women, to stop leaving money on the table, to pull out everything that they have on the inside of them and stop being afraid, y'all. Stop being afraid. And today we're going to be talking about authors. Try challenging yourself. Try challenges yourself. But before we get into that, let Tiffany go ahead and introduce herself.
Yo, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Super grateful to be here. Being in the land of the living. Yes, we got it. We got all started in our opening lines and forgot to tell you exactly who we are. I am Tiffany Rochelle, also known as the People's Cheerleader, aka Coach T-Row. And so what I do is I help women to get rid of those toxins in their hearts and to set goals that are true to them. I definitely believe that we got to excavate all this bitterness that we have in our hearts, so that we don't allow bitterness to flow from our mouths. I don't want us to be known as these angry women that walk around here. Yeah. So excavating those them feelings from our hearts and from our spirits, so that we're not known as those individuals, because definitely we are some sweet individuals. We're some sweet women. And yes, we can be some alpha women, I'll say, but just because you're that alpha female doesn't mean that you have to have an alpha attitude, like just a negative attitude. You can sure be stern, you can sure be firm in your beliefs, but you don't have to have that negative attitude that goes beyond it. So that's what I'm here to do. I wrote a book. It's called I Choose Me, and I definitely believe that's something that we all should do, is get selfish and choose ourselves. So with that being said, go ahead, as Ms. Gertrude said, go ahead and drop your information over there in the comment section. And thank you, Ms. Keisha. You're going ahead and putting your information in here. Thank you. We're so grateful for you for that. Drop all your information over here in the comment section. That's also how we will be communicating with you, through the comment section. So anything that you want to tell us, that is going to be any questions, comments, or concerns. That's going to be your section. At this time, I'm giving it back over to our host, Ms. Gertrude J. Chapman, so we can turn our passion into profit.
Thank you, Tiffany. And good morning to each and every one of you who have joined us today. And like I said, we're going to be talking about authors. Try challenging yourself. That's something good that you should think about today. Okay? Do something different, y'all, this week. Okay? Starting today. Do something different that will propel your goals forward. Okay? Do something different. Discover a new method. Not only discover it, but activate it. Activate it. Okay, you can't continuously be doing things over and over again and expecting different results. Try challenging yourself. Okay, not competition with nobody else. Okay, not that. Compete with yourself. Challenge yourself. Okay, when we talk about competing with yourself, the correct word is challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to do better. We just had this awesome meeting, a workshop on last Wednesday. and we laid out for you, goals and plans and how to achieve those things. Now, here's the next part of it. Challenge yourself. Activate what you heard on that broadcast, in that workshop. That's how you grow. That's something that promotes growth. Okay? This is the year that you're going to grow by leaps and bounds. Okay? If you do the work. But you have to be committed within yourself that I'm going to do something new. I'm not only going to discover something new, I'm going to put it to action. Okay? Because nothing happens without you putting some action toward it. Another thing is, think about self-improvement. How can you improve on your writing? How can you improve on your expertise? How can you improve in your business? What are some things that you desire to do that you're just desiring to do them, but you haven't taken time out to activate them? Listening is good, y'all. Hearing is good. But you have to do it in order to make it happen.
Gotta take heed to it. You can listen. That sounds good. But after you hear it, what you gonna heed to?
What you gonna do with it, right? What you gonna do with it? Because when you learn something new, okay, you write it down, but it's not going anywhere. And that's how a lot of times people forget. Okay? They forget. But once you hear something, do it. Don't just be a hearer, but be a doer. Be a doer. Because that's how you grow. Self-improvement. And don't be afraid to invest in yourself at the level that you expect results. Now, you want to see all these great things happen in your writing career, on your writing journey, or in your business, or whatever it may be, in your life. But you're failing to invest in yourself. You're that hot commodity. Your value never decreases. Okay? Shift your mindset. Your value never decreases. Here, you thinking that a Rolls Royce is worth more than you. Now, come on, y'all. That's something that don't breathe. It's not living. It will deteriorate. I don't care how much it costs. And it has a price to it. But you know what? You're priceless. You have a price to you too. And it's called priceless. But you will, invest in something, not even saying Rolls Royce. We're going to even say a Cadillac. We're going to even say just a Hyundai. Okay?
Because God knows I like me a good Cadillac. God, I love a Cadillac. Woo!
Yeah, I used to love mine too. A Cadillac, but I love trucks now. That's what I do.
I definitely like truck. But see, I had an Escalade, so it still kind of gave me that little truck vibe. Oh my God, but God knows I love me a good Cadillac. Yes, that is my American luxury. That's my American muscle that just does something to. Okay, never mind. We're going back in the show. I'm sorry. I digress.
But it's so true. It's true. We love those things, right? But do we love ourselves, Tiffany? Do we love ourselves more than that? Because those things deteriorate. Those things depreciate. Okay. But we are always,
don't lose our value.
In value. We have so much inside of us that we're priceless. As long as we have this and use this the correct way, we're priceless.
Because it's definitely a muscle and you got to use it. Because this is the unfortunate thing is a lot of times people don't understand the more, and that goes to I guess I don't want to push us too close to our first topic, but in the process of us using our brain, the more we breathe, the more that we learn to understand stuff, the more times that we try to learn a new thing to do, that helps to stimulate our brains and it keeps our brains functioning. That helps to lessen some of our chances of maybe possibly getting dementia because we're utilizing this brain function. And so in the process of us learning to do new things, trying new stuff, and doing a lot of reading, that helps to build that muscle, and it helps to continue to use it. And you just don't want to allow it to go dormant. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to completely stop your chances from, stuff happening to you, but that aids in that process slowing down some, because you're constantly using it. You're trying something. You're not allowing it just to be dormant and just being like, oh, whatever. I know I used to tell my boss all the time, let me try something new. Let me learn something. I was always willing to learn something new. I was always willing to take on a challenge, because in the process of doing it, that challenges me, that causes me to learn something. And I don't feel like I have just maxed out in what I know. And I became that expert. So then therefore I don't need to learn anything else. There's still always stuff to learn, but I always was that one to go ahead and say, you know what, let me find out how to do that. Can I learn how to do that? Or can you teach me how? Because I always wanted to be that one that's ever evolving. I love hanging around individuals that don't do what I do, because it helps me. It enhances me. So that's
true.
That's always learning stuff and always utilizing this brain. Don't let it go dormant, because it's valuable. This is a precious commodity here. This brain that we have here. I never want to depreciate, but I want you to appreciate who I am. And you will appreciate me when I'm able to go ahead and use the good sense that the Lord gave me. And I'm able to use this mind right here. Okay, I almost did a scripture. Okay, your turn.
That's okay, but that's okay. Appreciate you. But then, do people appreciate themselves? Okay? Do people appreciate themselves to take time out to challenge themselves? Just like you said, learning something new. Okay? Going beyond the boundaries that they have set for their minds. Here's another one. Regurgitating those same old thoughts. Now, y'all have been around the block with them thoughts. Those thoughts have not gotten you anywhere. Why you keep on regurgitating those things? Digest something, that's regurgitate, and bring it back up. Okay? The same thing. Get something new. Get something flowing in that brain cell, in those brain, in your mind. Put it that way. Get something flowing in there, so you could learn something new. Okay? Here's another one. Technology. We talked about that last week. Okay? Technology. Do not be afraid of the internet. Okay? If you have a business, if you're a writer, you say, well, I'm challenging this. I'm challenging that. Girl, come on. Internet's not going anywhere. The internet is your best friend. Okay? It's your best friend. There's so much to learn. And it's not hard. You're making it hard because you're thinking it's hard. And it's actually easy. It's easier than what you think it is. Okay? It's much easier. I remember back in the day when, you remember back in the AOL days or whatever? You remember how you had to load up?
You got mail.
AOL. And then Radio Shack had those Tandy computers. Girl, if you had a Tandy, you were at the top of the line. And those things, if you go back, those were challenging. These computers, you don't have to do anything to them. But back then, you had to do some things.
They practically almost work themselves now.
They work themselves.
You pretty much put your name in, because when you open the computer, if you get it brand new, well, it's not even if you get it brand new, even if you get it used, it tells you to put your name in there, put your email address in there, and it does everything else for you. So what else is there for you to do?
And Wi-Fi, everything connects up. You just open it up, it just connects. Girl, back in the day, it was nothing like that. You had to go back and do some things, And they talk about challenge. It's not challenging. That was challenging back then, But it's easy. It's easy. It's easy. So challenge yourself, and that moves us into our first, talking point. The first one is read. That's why we dropped our links, in the comment section. Read, y'all. Read. Push beyond what you know. Get out of the limitations of your mind or what somebody else has told you or what you have perceived to be true. And not saying that, it's a lie or anything, but there's ways to build upon that. And you build upon your knowledge by reading. by reading, expanding your mindset. You know, if you say you want to be an author, you want to write, you're not reading, y'all, something's wrong. Something's wrong. You have to love reading in order to be a good writer or an author. Okay? You have to love reading. You have to expand your mindset. You have to challenge yourself. Okay? And now this is even different, Tiffany. It comes audio. Okay? If you even download, there's Audible, but if you even download a PDF, you could put that thing on auto and you don't have to read it. You can listen to it as long as it gets in there. So it's time out for making excuses why you can't do this. You don't have time. You make time, okay? You make time for everything else. Why not make time to improve on yourself?
Yeah, because we'll improve on our houses. We'll go ahead. I said we'll improve on our houses. We'll go ahead, and we always want our houses to be upgraded, or we'll get a vehicle and you want to upgrade your car, change the rims on there, or you want to get new appliances, or, we're always wanting to do something new to ourselves. But the only thing that we seemingly want to do as far as an upgrade for us is change our hairstyle. We want to get a new outfit, and that's, we're feeling like that's okay. No, grab a book. Find something, some information in there to go ahead and better yourself in there. Make some inward self-improvements, because everything that's in you is going to manifest on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
And so and my grandma always used to say that all the time, everything in you got to come out. So whatever's on the inside of you, it's going to come out, whether it's going to come out this way or it's going to come out the other way. Either way it goes, it's going to come out of you. So what have you put inside of you that is going to be profitable when it comes from your mouth? I want to be able to hear that you have learned some information. I want to hear that you're a smart individual. I want to hear that you're an educated individual. I want to hear that you are a wealth of resources. I have no problem in a minute. I'll tease and I'll go to Tommy in a minute. Tommy, hey, I heard something. What you know about this? Have you ever heard of this? No, and it's very rare that he's like, nah, I ain't never heard about that. Tommy normally is like that go-to guru, and I can always ask him, hey, do you know about this that's going on? And he knows whatever it is, whatever is happening. Or if he don't, he knows a little bit about it. Or I may text him and say something. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. Whether he researches it prior to, him giving me an answer, so he is that wealth of information. I don't know how he does it, but the man knows the information by the time I get to him. But it's always a beautiful thing to be able to go to somebody and they already know about it, or they are aware of it, or you can dialogue about it. It's already in them. It's already in you. And you should be that resource for some people also, is that let somebody come to you and want to talk to you and find out information. You're supposed to be the expert in that particular field anyway. But even if you're not the expert in that field, are you welcoming somebody to be able to come talk to you so that they can feel like, you know what, I can talk to this individual. I can release some stuff from them, or I can learn of stuff, or I can talk to them and I can share stuff with them for them to learn about. But you should be that book that somebody is reading. If you're not going to get into a book, let my life be applicable or acceptable so that you will be able to see what I'm doing. And you're going to now, oh, Tiffany reads books. All right, well, let me read it too. Let me be able to do. She wrote a book. Oh, okay, maybe I should go ahead and write one too. Right. Sometimes your life should be that beacon for somebody else to glean off of, and that they'll be able to want to become a little bit better as they go on in their life as well.
That's it. Being constructive, being constructive, develop your expertise, advance. And that's so good, Tiffany. Those are some good points that you brought out. Here's another one. Learn new things, learn new things, y'all, daily. Push beyond those boundaries. Okay. Learn new things. A lot of times when we're talking about this, regurgitating things that you thought were true, but you come to find out that it's not true. It's a fantasy, or it's something that you heard, and those things really have no basis, but they're built on fear. They're built on fear. And now you finding out that, oh, if I would have known this before, I wouldn't have done such and such and such. I would have done it this way. You know, that's why it's so important to be open to or receptive to learn new things and see things in a different way. Okay. Instead of being, like we say, it's all right to be focused, I'm focused, but don't be so in your head that you're repelling anybody else's, viewpoints or everything, or anything of that nature, because we all different. Okay, we all learn from one another. Always be receptive to listen, and listen intently. Listen to what other people say. Okay, listen, because you learn. That's why I love talking to people. I love talking to people, and I love listening to what they have to say, because Tiffany, we learn from each other. We learn so much from each other. Some things we don't even think about, and somebody else bring it up and say, oh, okay, now I see it. Okay, I see it. So always be in a position to learn something new each and every day, because you learn something new every day if you're receptive to it. Okay, because that's opportunities too, Tiffany. That's opportunities too. How many opportunities people miss because they fail to learn something new every day?
Find out something new to learn. And that's always a good thing. It's nothing negative in learning something new. You should always be able to be evolving, and you always want to grow and always become better. You never want to just be that flower that just sits there and just, I got a plant that's over here that I've had for 2 years, and it has stayed in the same spot that it has stayed in. It hasn't grown and hasn't been productive. It hasn't done out. It is in the same status that it was when it came out the store. Whole problem. That's my fault though, because I haven't done what I needed to do to ensure that that plant grows. So it's stuck in its position because I'm not doing anything that I need to do to make sure that that thing grows. Don't let your life be that way, that you're stuck and you're stagnated and you're not growing. By now, 2 years later, this big old plant, it should be about this time. It should be by the same size as me by now. It should be evolving. It should be growing. It should be on the floor. I should be cutting it off, starting more plants from that. But it's stagnated because of me. Stop allowing us to be stagnated and us not learning it. I know I should have changed the pot by now. I knew I should put some fertilizer in the doggone plant by now. I know they say you're supposed to talk to the plant, put the plant in some sun. With this, I know what it is to do. I just choose not to do it. Don't be like that for your life. I'll just make that live and be applicable. We have to stop doing that. You made a statement that we have audibles. You got audibles. You got YouTube. You have Kindle. You have the PDF versions. You have so many options for you to be able to listen to. You got podcasts now. You don't even have to sit here and watch us. You can listen to some of the stuff that we're saying to you. So it's like you have absolutely no reason for you not to be able to evolve and for you to learn. The choice is yours. What you choose is up to you. But there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to learn something new. Always be evolving, learning something new so that you'll be able to grow.
Yeah. Try challenging yourself, y'all. Try challenging yourself, because you're in a position right now where, things, like she said, are constantly evolving. Okay. Nothing is remaining the same. All right. And you hear the word new normal. There's no new normal. Okay, it's just the way things are going to be. It's constantly moving, so it can't be like a new normal or whatever you want to say. I think they use the word normal to say this is the way it's going to be, and this is what I'm used to. Okay, so you got to understand. Okay, there's nothing to really get used to. You have to constantly move. You cannot stay in one position and expect things to change. Expect things to be different in your life. You can't remain there. You have to constantly be in motion. So just like you're in motion, you're constantly walking, you're constantly moving. Have your brain constantly move. okay? By growing your brain, by growing your knowledge, by expanding on what you know, okay? Being receptive, not blocking it off, but opening up yourself to receive. Receive good things, okay? Receive things that's going to advance you. Those things. Receive, those good things, those seeds, okay? That once they come in and they plant it inside of your heart, now it's going to grow. Okay? If there's things inside of you that's not growing, that's not advancing, maybe you should go back and look at yourself and see if it's your fault. Okay? See what you're doing. You can't, blame anybody else. You have to look at yourself. Just like Tiffany said, well, I know I should have put this in a bigger pot. I know I should have maybe talked to it or sang to it or, put it in the sun. Look at some of the things that's not happening in your life. Okay? And go ahead and advance toward those things. Go ahead and activate, okay? Not try to, because you don't have to try to. All you have to do is, like Nike say, just do it, okay? Just do it. Because, even with that word try, try, when you say try to, Tiffany, that gives people an excuse, okay? So we're not going to use that word try, excuse, as an excuse. We're going to say just do it. Just do it. You have to have a made up mind. Mm-hmm. What were you saying?
I was agreeing with you. Just do it. I was just being your amen corner saying just do it.
Yeah, it's true, huh?
You have that little, because there is that level of possibility or that error. Like maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. No, just go ahead and step out on there. Go on and walk in that and just do it. There's nothing beats a failure but a trier. But I want you to go ahead and do it. Forget the trying. Nothing beats a failure but a doer. So go ahead and do it. There's nothing left to do it but to do it. So go ahead and do it. What's the holdup? What is the reservation? What are you waiting for? Why are you not doing? Get it done. Do it.
Yeah. And that goes to back to the question that I asked last week. What would you do if you knew you would not fail? Or what would you do if you knew you could not fail? That's the question. What would you do? What would you do differently in your business, in your writing career, if you knew that you could not fail or you would not fail? What would you do? Stop allowing things to hold you back. And Tiffany, it's not even things that's holding people back. It's them holding themselves back in their minds, with their mindset. Comfortability. Let's get out of that comfortability. Let's get out of that thing that's called normal, or the word that you've been hearing going around, the new normal. Okay? What's the new normal? Those words. Think about it, y'all. Think about it. Just do those things. You will not fail, y'all. Just like she said, nothing beats failure but trying. Not trying, doing. Put it that way. I'm not going to even use the word try today. I'm just going to say challenge yourself, okay? Challenge yourself. Be constructive. Develop your expertise. Advance, because it's all about advancements. It moves us to our next talking point. Replace old thoughts. Replace old thoughts. You have to replace those things. Go ahead, Tiffany, while I get a drink of water.
Definitely got to replace your old thoughts with something new. We spoke about it just a little while ago in regards to, you have some old ways. She was making reference to doing the new normal. We have some things that we're normally used to. We're used to doing, or we have a repetition of doing certain things a certain kind of way. I might wake up in the morning and I immediately go to the shower and I go ahead, or either I wake up in the morning, I'm looking at my phone and I'm scrolling through there. Whatever I see kind of governs what my day is getting ready to be, because I might see a whole lot of negativity on here. I might be graced with the opportunity of seeing something that makes me laugh, hee hee ha ha. But what are we doing that's creating, as she says, your new normal? And I'm going to go ahead and adapt to that, because there's a way that you have been doing. There's a way that seems right, but in the end is destruction. So let's go ahead and create a new normal so that what you're doing now is producing
Yes.
something. It's going to be beneficial for you. It's going to be producing that doing versus you, I'm going to try it one day. Forget trying it. Go ahead and do it. What is your new normal that you're going to be able to do to replace that old negative habit that you had with something positive? Anytime you take something away, you need to be able to replenish it into something different. Just like with the example that I said in regards to the plot. That thing has been in that same pot since, I'm going to just call it from its birth, because that's what it was born in. If I would have removed it by now, it had the opportunity to grow. The roots would have an opportunity to move out. It's not restricted anymore. So the minute that I replace it, now it has an opportunity to go ahead and grow. So we have to learn to go ahead and replace some of the old things that's not beneficial to us and replace it with something new that's going to cause us to progress, that's going to cause us to grow. The minute that we do that, we're going to see the changes that we want. We have a mindset as to, I want to grow, I want to be better, I want to be successful, I want to be an owner, I want to have my house, we have all these I want, I need.
Yes.
But what are we doing to produce those wants and needs that we're doing? What is it that we're doing to replace the way that we've normally done it with the way that we need to do so that we can go in the path that we should? In order to achieve success, you're not going to be able just to think yourself into a success. You're going to have to put actions behind it. Maybe you got to go to school. Maybe you got to go to the bank. You might got to open your business. But what is it that you have to do to become that success? Not just think a success. You're going to have to replace those old habits with some new habits so that you can be progressive, so that you can have that forward moving momentum. Let's not lose momentum. We should always be gaining momentum. Do something different, replace your old habit with a new habit so that you can progress and move forward.
And that's good there. Progress and move forward. And that brings us into what? Understanding. When we replace those old thoughts, understanding, when we understand something, with all that getting, get an understanding.
We're talking about my favorite thing now. Hold on.
That's it. Wisdom is a principal thing, right? But with all that getting, get an understanding.
Stop speaking my language, Miss Gertrude. Quit speaking to me.
That's some good stuff, right? That's some good stuff. When you challenge yourself to do better, you have to challenge yourself to do better. When you know to do better, do better. So we want you to expand your mindset. We want you to read, okay? We want you to come out of that comfort zone. We want you to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. We want you to learn something new each and every day. Exercise your mind so your mind doesn't become stagnant, that those stale thoughts don't remain in your mind and, create toxins from things that's not the truth, things that you heard, things that's old cliches, things that are not based on truth, but are based on lies. They don't have a basis, to stand on because they're crumbly, they're shaky, they have produced fears in your life, okay? Because you did not understand them, just like the internet, okay? Do not be afraid to do new things. I'm not going to say try, to do new things, to be open to receive, be receptive to, advance, whether it's on your writing journey, writing a book, or whether it's in your business or even in life. Do not be afraid, not even to invest in yourself at the level that you're expecting results. Of course, I believe everybody on here want to see great things happen in their lives, great things that happen in their family's life. But what are you doing about it? Are you sitting around on the sidelines just hoping and thinking and praying, and you have prayed and prayed and prayed about it, and you're just waiting, but you have no action? You have, you're not in the game. You're not, walking toward it. You're just sitting there just hoping for it to happen, just waiting for your ship to come in. Honey, your ship ain't coming in, okay? I hate to disappoint you. Your ship is not coming in. It's all about you. It's what you think about yourself, okay? You are brilliant. You are a hot commodity. Your work is priceless, okay? Your work is priceless. You are somebody. You are not insignificant. There's people out there waiting for your book. They're waiting for your message. They're waiting for your expertise. They're waiting for that product. They're waiting for your business. So when are you going to show up and produce something that's relevant for this time, for this season, to meet the needs of the people who are asking the questions that they need solved in their lives? So that's why you have to challenge yourself. Starting today. Do something different that will propel you further in your goals. Do something different. Just do it. Don't debate about it. Just go ahead and do it. You have to activate this, okay? Read, learn new things, and replace those old limiting thoughts, those limiting behaviors. Like all that foolishness that you probably heard from your parents, just like I heard from my parents and everybody else. Money don't grow on trees. You got to crawl before you walk. And all of that foolishness. Why can't you fly? Why you got to crawl before you walk? Why can't you fly? I prefer flying with eagles. I'm not getting down there, Tiffany, with the chickens and the pigeons. I'm going to fly with the eagles. That's what we have to say, right? We're flying with the eagles. Because there's greatness on the inside of you.
I'm mounting up with wings of eagles. I'm flying. I believe I can fly. I believe I can soar.
That's right. Soar, honey, soar. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you hit that vein and you hit that certain level, all you're doing is soar. All you're doing is soar. That's why I'm telling you, audience, all you're going to do is soar. You're leaving money on the table. You're leaving money on the table because you fail to press beyond the boundaries that you have set in your mind, that you think it's always got to be this way. There's levels. There's deeper depths, higher heights and deeper depths. There's things that you haven't even walked into because you haven't challenged yourself. Stretch. A challenge is just like exercise, right? Stretch. Oh, yeah, it might hurt some. You might lose some things along the way. But that's okay. Because it was never meant to be in your life. It has outgrown itself. It has outgrown itself. It's okay, y'all. It's okay. All right? Because you have a destiny. There's a place that you need to reach. And also bring your audience with you because they're dependent on you. You have a great responsibility to not only change your life and the life of your family, but the life of your audience, the life of their family, and for generations to come, and to leave a legacy where people will remember your name, okay? Because of what you shared with them, either through your message, through your business, or even in life. People won't remember everything, but they're going to remember how you help them transform their lives. It's very, very important, y'all. Like that slogan goes with the United Negro College Fund, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. If you knew the power of your mind, you would think differently. As a man thinketh, so is he. Thinking in his heart. Because not this one. Because this one could change and flip-flop at any time. This one is not, it do what it want to do. This one got to be trained. But thinking from the heart, that's the difference. That's a difference. That makes a big difference. Any chime in, Tiffany? She says she's not chiming in.
No, ma'am. No.
So we wrapped it up.
We wrapped it up. That's it. We did everything that we did. We said everything we said. The challenge has been met. We gave the people some homework. We told them exactly what needs to be done, and for us to go ahead and to challenge ourselves and make sure that we're doing some things. Challenge yourself this week. Start today to challenge yourself on this week. Challenge yourself to do something different. Even though it says to try and do something different, we're going to go ahead and transition that try into doing. This week, do something different. Do something outside of what you're normally used to. Change your norm and do something different. That's the best thing. And I promise you, the minute that you do that, you're going to create a good habit for yourself, and it's going to be beneficial to you. So try and do, don't try. Go ahead and put the action in it. Do something different. Make it happen.
Make it happen. And before we close, those of you who want to, this just came to me, want to collaborate with us, because I'm always creating things for us to do. Okay, collaborating with us. Drop your information there, or go to my link or Tiffany's link, and let's see how we could collaborate together. Because it's collaboration. It's not competition. It's collaboration. We create things, and to help advance not only ourselves but our audience. It's basically our audience, to bring them into higher heights and deeper depths. So if you're interested in collaborating with us, our information is on the screen. Just get on our calendar,
and it's in the
we'll
comments.
be happy to talk to you.
And it's in the comment section, so it makes it easy for you to click on. And then even if you don't click on the link in the comments, you can at least for me, I can speak for me, go ahead and send me a DM, and I'll send you my link, so you'll be able to personally get in contact with me. But it's easy. You go to my website, you'll be able to go on and get you a time to schedule in. But if you don't see it for some reason, it gets lost in the flood of comments, send me a DM. I'll be able to go ahead and reach out to you. I'll send you my link, and we'll be able to link up. But she's absolutely right. This is a season of collaboration. It's not about competition. It's about collaborating, and it's about everyone that we'll be able to impact. Each one of us should be able to reach one. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of.
Yeah. And that's all a part of challenging yourself. Because maybe some of them say, well, I don't know how to do this. But, team up with somebody that know how to do it. Okay. And we'll help each other. How about that? We'll help each other. Because, again, we learn from each other, right? Just because they see us on the screen, they say, well, those ladies know how to do it. Yeah. And they may say, well, I don't know how to do that. Well, we learn from each other, because there may be something we don't know and that they know, right? So we're offering you that opportunity. So, like she said, but we hope that you've received value from this broadcast today. And we look forward to seeing you the next time on Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. Thank you for being with us today. And remember, this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. To have a great rest of your day.
Grace and peace, everyone.